Firstly, thank you guys for coming out today, and a big shout out to Roundups. And thank you so much. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for making this a possibility, right? So today we're going to be talking about personal finance. Okay. I want to understand. You guys have to help me, right? Through this presentation, you guys have to interact with me. You guys have to help me. So tell me, what do you guys think? What is personal finance? Like, what is your take on personal finance? Why do people plan their finances? So you guys are talking about having enough money to be able to accomplish your goals, right? So for example, say you want to go for a Europe trip, right? You want to go for a Europe trip, say 1 year down the line. So do you have enough money to go for a Europe trip? So over here you see what we did. We first identified a financial goal. Do you guys understand that? So understanding your financial goals is the first step, and it's the most important step in personal finance. Now is that we're going to list down a few goals, right? It doesn't matter what they are. It doesn't matter right or wrong. It doesn't matter if you have the right time. It doesn't matter if you have the right cost. Just list down the wrong financial goals. Just do it just for the sake of it. We've got a set of financial goals down on paper, which is a very big achievement, okay? If you see, 90% of the world's population doesn't know what they're working for, doesn't know what they're living for, doesn't know their dreams. You guys have actually got it down on paper, so that's a really big achievement. So let's have a round of applause for you guys. Okay, so now after noting down your financial goals, we note down the time. So when do you need this money, right? And how much money do you need for this goal? It's okay if it's wrong, it's okay, just put an approximate figure. So if you want to buy a house, by when do you want to buy a house? So you must be having a target, right, by the age of 40 or by like 30. So you write down the timeline and the amount, the approximate amount that you might require. Okay, so now we have got our financial goals, we've got the timeline, and we have got the value, right? Now let's look at this really interesting topic called inflation. So what exactly does inflation do, right? It's slowly eating away your savings, it's slowly hampering your growth, and this is something we don't account for, right? So when you look at the financial goals you've just written down, and when you look at the value, you have written down the present value of these goals, but what will be the impact of inflation on these goals that we have written down? So now let's look at how we can beat inflation. What do we do now? We know that inflation is a concept that is slowly degrading or eroding our savings, right? So how do we protect our capital? How do we protect our funds? How do we protect our financial goals and dreams? So there's this really cool concept in finance, and this is the most basic concept in finance, that is called the time value of money, right? The time is the most important factor when you're generating wealth. Let's look at how to calculate the time value on an Excel sheet. So on Excel, there's a formula called the future value formula, right? We're not going to go in depth and explain what the future value formula does or how it works, but this is the formula over here. So let's take an example. Let's look at child's undergraduation. You need 10 lakhs for it, right? Inflation is 6%. Let's assume inflation is 6%. Let's say the time period is 25 years, okay? So now when we put rate as 6%, number of periods as 25 years, and amount as 10 lakhs, but I've just put it as 10 so that it's easier to understand what the value is. So the future value of 10 lakhs in 25 years at a 6% inflation works out to be 42 lakhs 92,000. So if you need 10 lakhs today, 25 years down the line, if you want to purchase the same item or if you want to satisfy the same goal, you will have to spend 42 lakhs 92,000, right? So this is how inflation affects your financial goals. So like, can you guys understand why it's so important to actually account for inflation? Because like today, if you're thinking about 10 lakhs, right, it's doable. But if you actually think about 42 lakhs, it sounds a little like you get a little paranoid, right? Okay, so now this is a problem. Now, what is the solution? So on Excel, there's another formula called the PMT formula. Now let's look at how much we need to save to be able to generate 42,92,000 at the end of 25 years, right? Let's assume you get a 12% rate of return. Okay, wherever you're investing, we're not going to talk about that now, but let's assume you're earning 12%. Okay. Now over here when you see rate, it says rate per month. So 12% divided by the number of months, which is 12. So basically it's 1% per month. It doesn't work like that, but for the sake of simplicity, let's take it as 1% per month. Okay. Number of periods, again 25 years into 12, which will give us 300 months, right? Future value is 42,92,000. So when you do the PMT formula, which is rate, number of periods and present value, you can actually see by investing just 2,284 rupees per month, you can meet this financial goal, right? It is that easy. But so for example, if I change 300 to say is equal to 10 years, 10 into 12, no, that doesn't sound right.
10 into 120 into 12.
Yeah. So look at the difference that just 15 years does to your investment. So the key takeaway again over here is you need to start investing as soon as possible. You need to start planning your finances as soon as possible. You need to actually work on it. It's not too difficult. You don't need to save a lot, but you need to start as soon as possible. Let's look at another example. So you're investing 5,000 bucks every month. You're earning a 12% rate of return. And let's look at 3 different time periods, okay? So we're looking at 30 years, we're looking at 40 years, and we're looking at 41 years. So now number of periods will be 30 years in the first case. Payment amount will be 0. Payment amount will be minus 5,000 because
Why minus?
because money is going out of your pocket right now. Right? So you put minus 5,000 and you close brackets. Okay, so let me do this divided by 1 lakh so that it's easier to understand. So you make 12.07 lakhs, right? Now let's look at what happens in 30 years. So let's look at what happens in 40 years. You make 38.35 lakhs, right? Let's look at what happens in 41 years. So you make 43 lakhs and 43 lakhs, yeah. So just a difference of 1 year can increase your wealth by almost 5 lakhs. Okay, let's look at another example. This is a really cool one. Okay, so tell me, I'm sure you guys go out for dinner, right? You guys go out to party, right? So how much you spend at a party generally?
1,500, 2,000.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 grand.
Okay, fine. So say you're spending 2 grand, okay? Can you guys get your calculators out on your phone? Let's understand what the power of compounding does to this 2 grand that you have spent in Cheroot for a headache the next morning. Right? Is everyone good to go? I hope everyone has a scientific calculator on their phone.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so the formula is pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
What we're going to do first is we're going to assume that we earn a 12% rate of return. Again, this is all based on assumptions. We're not saying you will earn 12% or you will earn 15 or 13 or whatever. It's just an assumption, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this part, 1 plus I. So I is basically 12%, which is 0.12. So 1 plus 0.12 is 1.12, right? So let's do 1.12 to the power, which is an inverted V. On your calculator, it will be an inverted V. So 1.12 to the power, let's assume you've kept it in the stock market for 40 years, right? So 1.12 to the power 40. So you have 93.05. Has everyone got to this point?
Yeah.
right? Now let's multiply this into the principal, which is 2,000 bucks. So can you guys do that for me, please?
Yeah. 1,26,000.
Right. So you guys realize that if you had saved that 2,000 bucks today in the stock market for the next 40 years, you could have actually earned 1,86,101 rupees. You see how amazing the concept of compounding is? Right? Is it clear? Does anyone have any doubts? Right? Can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically we have understood all this. We've understood that we have to set financial goals. We've understood that you account for inflation, and we've understood how we calculate the per month savings requirement, right? So now let's look at what we can achieve with this knowledge, right? Because knowledge is wasteful without implementation. If you guys are so honestly, I feel you guys are sitting here, you guys are spending time, which is the most valuable resource on this planet. You guys should actually go back and look at implementing what we've learned over here. Just don't sit here for knowledge, because that won't help. It's all about the implementation that you do after taking this knowledge, right? So let's look at what we can achieve with this. Okay, so this is my financial plan. This is what I've created. Okay, so in the first two rows is my age and my kids' age, just to make it easier for me to set targets. And then there's yours. Okay, the cells in blue are financial goals, right? These are one-time requirements, and the cells in red are estimated monthly expenses.
Right.
Okay, so I have put down my financial goals, which is child's undergraduation, career, child's wedding, and my retirement. Okay, I have first listed down the value. I've mentioned the year, again value, year, and the goal. So after this, we account for the inflation, right? So say child's undergraduation in 2042 has become almost 3 times. It's multiplied by 3 times in just 20 years, 21 years. So in 21 years, so if you need 100 rupees today, in 21 years, you'll need 300 rupees, right? So we've accounted for inflation, and now basically we've calculated the per month requirement, and now I know exactly how much money I need per month to live my life and to be able to achieve my financial goals, right? This figure is clear in my head, right? Now let's look at the monthly financial goals. So over here, the major challenge that people have is that their monthly expenses keep changing, right? So for example, if I want to go for dance classes, right? So that'll cost me money, that will change my budget. So a very interesting point over here is that you should start budgeting. So how does the government of India actually manage their finances? Every year they release a budget. So why is a budget important? Because it gives you a framework, right? You have a framework within which you can function. So you know that I have 100 rupees to spend on parties. You know I have 100 rupees to spend on self-improvement. So you can anticipate, right? These won't be perfect, these won't be correct, but at least you have a framework, at least you have an idea. You know, so for example, you've already spent 10,000 rupees a month on dinners, on parties, right? 4 Saturdays into 2,000 rupees, 8,000 bucks you've spent a month, right? And your friends tell you, oh, let's go to ECR on a Wednesday. You know that you cannot afford it. Otherwise, you'll have to compromise on another field. Like for example, say Diwali or something like that, say an occasion comes up, right? You cannot spend as much over there because you have a set budget. If you have 100 rupees and if you have 10 items allocated to that 100 rupees, you'll have to prioritize the expenses, because at the end of the day, you can spend only 100 rupees. That's a constant, right? So this really helps in budgeting and it gives you a framework. So like, do you guys have any doubts at this point? So this is what we can achieve, right? So now if you tell me 10 years down the line how much money do I need, I'm sure no one can answer that, right? But with the help of this financial plan, even if it's wrong, it doesn't matter. At least you started something and you can keep working on it. It'll improve month on month, it'll improve year on year. So 5 years down the line, do you think the level of our thinking, the level of the plan that we have made will not improve? That's not possible. If you keep working on it, if you keep reviewing it, if you see how much you've planned and how much you've actually been able to achieve, you will be able to improve it. You will make mistakes, but you will be able to learn from your mistakes and improve the plan. So this is something that if you start, it is only going to be beneficial for you. It will only keep improving and it will only keep making life easier for you in terms of finances and planning.
Right.
Can you guys see why investing in an index fund is a good option, or like do you guys still have?
Index fund basically sits and allows you to purchase the top 50 companies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you told me that you invest in mutual funds that focus on blue chip companies,
Yeah.
right? So I want you to go and do this exercise. Go and have a look at the expense ratio of the mutual fund you bought. Expense ratio is basically the amount of money they need to run the business, to run the show, right? So they will have to pay like the employees, they will have to pay for electricity, etc., whatever the expenses are. Those expenses are actually borne by us. So for example, if the mutual fund has 100 shares of, it has shares of 100 companies, right? And these companies have given a return of 15%. Usually index mutual funds in India have an expense ratio of 1.52. So if these 100 companies have given a return of 12% in the long run, deducting the expense ratio, you will actually get only 10%. Because these are actively managed funds. There's actually a smart guy or not so smart guy on top who's sitting and trying to beat the market. He's trying to anticipate what will go up and what will go down, which is humanly impossible, right? Can anyone tell me what's going to happen tomorrow?
No.
No one can tell me. Good quote by Albert Einstein. It says that the compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. I'm sure you guys have heard this before. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it, right? So you guys have to decide on which side of the quote you want to stand on. Do you want to understand compounding? Do you want to use it as a tool to actually grow your wealth, or do you want to get beaten by inflation? Because inflation is also compounding, right? When your returns are compounding, so is inflation. So I had done this really cool calculation. How many years do you think, so for 5 lakhs to lose its value completely, how many years would it require?
100?
6%? No. 20 years. 20 years.
So in just 10 years, the value of 5 lakhs comes down to zero. Just in 10 years because of the power of compounding, and this is only at 6%.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you one more thing.
100. Yeah.
I'll tell you one more thing. Last year, inflation in India was 7.6%, and we've taken inflation at 6%. Right? So if inflation even goes up by 1.6%, in the long run, it won't go up. Like it does average out. The RBI like ensures that the inflation is stable in India. But so again, like, do you want to pay compound interest or do you want to earn it? Right? It's all about this one very simple question, because right now, if you're not investing, you're paying compound interest in terms of inflation, because it's eating away your wealth. So the final words, one very important thing that we tend to miss out while planning financials is medical expenses. And this is one major expense that really derails like people's lives. Like people have lost everything because of medical expenses, like literally everything. And the biggest people have lost everything, the smallest people have lost everything.
Damn bad. If you don't have medical insurance in the US, it's just bankruptcy. Like,
Yeah.
I know a friend of mine who once for a ride in a ambulance got charged $16,000.
Yeah.
$16,000. Just for the ride.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, there was something wrong with the area, something, there was fires in Chicago or something like that, there was like
No,
whatever.
but I think ambulances in the States are generally,
Retarded.
it's
Yeah, you can't
ridiculously
go in
expensive.
the States without like,
Medical insurance.
And you can't practically plan for something like this, right? You wouldn't in your sane like mind think that you will actually go and pay $16,000 for an ambulance ride.
Yeah.
So it's easier if you buy insurance. Like it's okay if you're losing out like some money every year, but it's always better to get medical insurance. Another insurance that everyone should get is life insurance. So basically this is when, so in an unforeseen event, if you pass away, then this life insurance / term insurance will give your family a certain sum of money. So how much ever you buy for, like, so for example, if you have a cover of 5 crores, then your family will get 5 crores. Again, one really cool thing is, if you make the financial plan, you will know exactly how much money your family will require per month to live their life, even without yourself, like even if you're not there. So you can calculate how much lump sum amount I need to invest in the bank and earn 7%, so that they get the figure. So for example, if they need 1 lakh per month, so you can use the PMT-FE formulas to actually calculate how much your life cover should be. So all this is possible only with financial planning. If you don't do financial planning, if you don't have a plan like this, based on what data are you making decisions? Like you would just be like, yeah, okay, 1 crore sounds good, it sounds a lot, it sounds like a lot, I think I can go ahead with 1 crore. But that's not the right fit for you. Again, yeah, so stay invested, don't switch, don't withdraw, don't worry. One of the best and the easiest ways to save tax on your investments is to let it grow. Because say if in 5 years you've withdrawn your money, you're paying tax on it. So you're actually losing out a certain sum, and compounding is not working on that part, right? So if you've earned $100 and if you're paying $10 tax, compounding is not working on that $10. So that makes a very big difference. So the most important thing is to stay invested. Do not switch, do not withdraw, do not worry. And lastly, just start today, start right now. Just download like Paytm Money Grow or whatever you want to download, and just put in like $500 into index.
bro.
Yeah, of course you can definitely use roundups, but yeah,
Oh, we need to launch, but yeah, sorry guys.
right.
I walked through you with today, guys.
Thank you. You guys were way too easy to present to. Like you guys were a really good crowd. So thank you guys so much.
That sounded like an insult.